Everyone tells you the exact same thing when you turn 18. Go to college, get a degree, and your life is set. But let me ask you a real question. If that formula still works so perfectly, then why are there so many college graduates drowning in debt, stressed about money, and struggling just to survive paycheck to paycheck? Now, don't get me wrong. Education matters, learning matters, and skills absolutely matter. But the world has fundamentally changed. The internet changed everything. And the people who are winning today, they aren't relying on just one paycheck. They're building multiple income streams, they're mastering high income skills, and they're leveraging the internet to create massive opportunities that our parents never even dreamed of. And the craziest part, some of these people are literally teenagers. In this video, I'm going to break down 7 side hustles that ordinary people have used to completely transform their financial lives. Some of them are making thousands of dollars a month. Others are pulling in multiple 6 figures. In fact, one teenager is making more money than most doctors without ever showing his face online. But here's what makes this video different. I'm not just going to throw a bunch of random side hustle ideas at you. Instead, I'm going to break down why these side hustles actually work, how absolute beginners can get started, the biggest traps and mistakes to avoid, how much capital you realistically need, and which of these have the highest future potential. So whether you're a student, stuck in a 9-to-5, completely broke, confused about your future, or just tired of constantly struggling financially, this video could genuinely change the way you think about money forever. Let's get right into it. Segment 1, faceless short-form content. Let's start with one of the absolute biggest opportunities on the internet right now, faceless short-form content. And before you skip past this section because you're thinking, hey, I don't want to be an influencer, listen very carefully. You do not need a fancy camera, a massive following, expensive equipment, or even confidence on camera. In fact, some of the biggest pages online today never show a single face. Take a look at a creator named Jake. At just 16 years old, he started creating short-form videos online. We aren't talking about dancing videos, comedy skits, or daily vlogs, just simple, faceless content. Within a few short years, he built multiple pages that now generate insane amounts of money every single month. Now, why is this happening? Because attention is the most valuable currency in the world today. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and Snapchat are all fighting for one thing: your attention. The longer people stay on their apps, the more ads they can show, and the more money these multi-billion-dollar companies make. And to keep people watching, they desperately need creators. That is exactly why short-form content has absolutely exploded. But here's the part most people completely miss. The creators making the most money aren't necessarily the best video editors. They simply understand human psychology. They know how to master hooks, curiosity, suspense, pacing, and storytelling. That's the entire secret. Think about your own behavior for a second. You're scrolling through your phone, and suddenly you stop. Why? Because something grabbed your attention. Maybe it was a shocking statement, a compelling question, fast-paced movement, a bold claim, or an emotional story. That is the skill. And once you master that skill, you can apply it anywhere online. So how can a beginner actually start? Step 1, choose a specific niche. This is incredibly important. Do not create random videos about everything. Focus on one single topic. You could choose finance, motivation, celebrity news, gaming, sports, AI tools, luxury lifestyle, business facts, or self-improvement. Step 2, study what already works. Most beginners fail because they try to reinvent the wheel on day one. That is a massive mistake. Instead, spend time observing successful content. Ask yourself, why did this video go viral? What exactly made me stop scrolling? Why did I keep watching until the end? Doing this alone will teach you more than most expensive online courses ever could. Step 3, Start posting consistently. And when I say consistently, I mean every single day. Most creators quit way too early. They upload 3 videos, get 0 views, and immediately give up. Meanwhile, the people who are succeeding are posting 2, 3, or sometimes even 10 videos daily. They understand a fundamental truth: volume creates luck. One viral video can completely change your life. Right now, we are still incredibly early. This opportunity will not stay this easy forever. Eventually, competition will increase, platforms will reduce their payouts, and attention will become much harder to capture. So if you've been thinking about starting, consider this your sign. Ratings. Time to learn. 4 out of 5. While it looks simple on the surface, there's actually a lot of strategy happening behind the scenes. Startup cost? 1 out of 5. You literally just need a smartphone, an internet connection, and consistency. Difficulty to make $1,000 per month. 1 out of 5. Social media platforms are paying creators massive amounts of money right now, and you don't need millions of followers to make it happen. You just need attention. Segment 2. Investing now. Let's talk about something that changed my life forever. Investing. A lot of young people completely ignore investing because they think it's boring, it's too slow, or I'll just worry about that when I'm older. That is a huge mistake. Wealthy people understand a concept that most people never learn. Making money is important, but multiplying your money is how you build real wealth. Now, let's be realistic. I'm not saying investing alone will make you rich overnight. It won't. Investing is a long-term game. But when you combine consistent investing with a strong cash flow from a side hustle, you create an incredibly powerful financial engine. Let me explain one of the simplest and most effective strategies in the world: dollar cost averaging. It sounds complicated, but it's actually incredibly straightforward. You invest a fixed amount of money consistently every single month, regardless of whether the market is up, down, crashing, or booming. Over time, your average purchase price balances out, and that's when compounding takes over. Compounding is honestly one of the greatest financial superpowers in existence. Your money starts making money, and then that money starts making even more money. Over the years, your wealth grows exponentially. Most people completely underestimate what consistency can do over a couple of decades. Let's be completely honest here. People will easily spend $200 on food delivery, $300 on clothes, or hundreds of dollars on random monthly subscriptions without thinking twice. But when it comes to investing just $100 into their future, suddenly everyone says, I can't afford it. The truth is, most people don't have an income problem. They have a priority problem. Of course, investing carries risk. Markets go up and markets go down. But historically, the long-term market has always rewarded patience. And here's a crucial lesson. Do not wait until you're rich to start investing. Start right now, even if it's a tiny amount. Building the habit matters so much more than the initial dollar amount. Once your income increases, you can simply invest more. This is exactly why side hustles matter so much. They create extra cash flow, which you can then channel directly into assets. Over time, your money starts working harder for you than you do for it. And that right there is the definition of true financial freedom. Ratings. Time to learn. 1 out of 5. The basic principles are remarkably simple. Startup cost. 1 out of 5. You can start investing today with very small amounts of money. Difficulty to make $1,000 per month. 1 out of 5. But remember, this requires extreme patience. Investing rewards consistency, not emotion. Segment 3, community building. This next side hustle is massively underrated, and honestly, most people completely overlook it. Online community building. Online communities are becoming incredibly valuable assets. Why? Because businesses are realizing that standard attention is temporary, but a community creates lifetime loyalty. A teenager named Ryan figured this out early on. He started helping creators and businesses manage their online communities using platforms like Discord. At first, nobody paid him a dime. He simply focused on offering pure value. And this is a key takeaway. Most beginners make the mistake of wanting money before they actually provide any value. Successful people think the exact opposite way. Ryan focused on mastering the skill, helping people and building solid relationships. Eventually, businesses started hiring him on monthly retainers. Now he gets paid a predictable, recurring income simply for keeping these communities running smoothly. The crazy part is that most older business owners have absolutely no idea how platforms like Discord or School actually work. But younger people understand internet culture naturally. That gap creates a massive opportunity. What does community management actually involve? It means organizing channels, driving daily conversations, improving member engagement, setting up automated systems, running digital events, moderating members, and helping the community scale. If you are naturally good with people online, this can become an incredible side hustle, especially because recurring income is so powerful. One-time payments are nice, but monthly retainers give you true financial stability. Imagine having just 5 clients paying you every single month for a skill you learned online for free. That is the power of the modern internet. Ratings. Time to learn, 2.5 out of 5. The basics are easy to pick up, but mastering community engagement and automated systems takes some time. Startup cost, 1 out of 5. You just need a computer, an internet connection, and strong communication skills. Difficulty to make $1,000 per month, 1 out of 5. Landing just a few consistent clients can easily get you to that goal. Segment 4, online coaching. The online coaching industry is absolutely exploding right now, and most people still don't realize how massive this opportunity really is. When people hear the words online coaching, they instantly think of personal training or fitness coaching, but that is just one tiny category. People will happily pay for coaching in almost anything. You can coach people in business, career advancement, languages, productivity, mindset, content creation, or public speaking. Why do people pay for this? Because they are paying for speed. Most people don't want to spend years trying to figure things out alone through trial and error. They want guidance, they want shortcuts, and they want accountability. One creator turned his specific knowledge into an online coaching business and eventually replaced his entire full-time income. But more importantly, he gained complete freedom, and freedom is priceless. He can now work from home while traveling, from coffee shops, or from anywhere else in the world. That is the ultimate dream for a lot of people. Now let's clear up the biggest misconception about this business. People think they need to be a world-class expert to coach. That is simply not true. You just need to be a few steps ahead of the person you are helping. That's it. If you can help someone get a specific result faster than they could on their own, they will gladly pay you for it. Of course, results matter. If you promise a transformation, you have to deliver. That's why personalization is so important. People are completely tired of generic courses, boring PDFs, and copy-pasted advice. They want real, direct support. They want someone who understands their unique situation. That is exactly why personalized coaching businesses can make so much money. Ratings, time to learn, 2 out of 5. If you already possess a valuable skill, you mainly just need to learn basic communication and marketing. Startup cost, 1 out of 5. You can launch this with nothing more than a laptop and an internet connection. Difficulty to make $1,000 per month, 1 out of 5. Signing even a handful of clients can completely transform your monthly income. Segment 5, AI content and animation. Artificial intelligence is changing absolutely everything. And whether people like it or not, AI is here to stay. This is one of the biggest technological shifts we have seen in decades, and right now, most people are still completely ignoring it. That is exactly why the opportunity is so massive. One creator started using advanced AI tools to generate custom animations, social media visuals, content assets, and video enhancements, eventually turning it into a high-income business. Here's the most interesting part. You don't need to be a coding genius or a software engineer. Most AI tools today are becoming incredibly beginner-friendly. The people who are winning are simply learning how to use these tools creatively. Creators and businesses are willing to pay good money for high-quality, unique visuals because attention online is brutally competitive. Everyone is looking for a way to make their content stand out from the noise. And let's talk about timing, because timing matters. Technology adoption always happens in phases. First come the innovators, then the early adopters, and eventually the general masses follow much later. Right now, we are still relatively early in the game. The people who take the time to learn these AI skills today will have a massive unfair advantage later on. By the time the average person catches up, you will already have the experience, the clients, the portfolio, and the systems in place. Now, obviously, AI won't magically make you rich overnight. You still need creativity, consistency, communication skills, and a solid understanding of business. But the sheer leverage that AI gives a single creator is absolutely insane. Ratings. Time to learn, 4 out of 5. While the tools are accessible, developing true creative taste and skill takes effort. Startup cost, 1 out of 5. Many of the best AI tools are incredibly cheap, or even free to try initially. Difficulty to make $1,000 per month, 2 out of 5. Businesses and creators are actively searching for people who can deliver these services right now. Segment 6, luxury reselling. This next side hustle might surprise a lot of people. A young entrepreneur started flipping luxury fashion items online, and over time, he built it into a multi-million-dollar resale business. Now, why does this model work so well? Because humans love status. Social media has amplified status culture to a massive degree. Luxury brands have become ultimate symbols of wealth, success, lifestyle, and identity. And because these luxury products are so expensive and limited, the secondary resale market has absolutely exploded. Now, let's be realistic. This business is not as easy as it looks. Trust is absolutely everything here. You have to deeply understand authenticity, market pricing, branding, and current trends. Selling a single counterfeit item, even by accident, can completely destroy your reputation overnight. But if you take the time to truly study the market, the profit margins can be absolutely massive. Plus, the internet gives you instant access to affluent buyers all over the globe. Most people start out very small. They don't go out and buy an expensive luxury bag on day one. Instead, they study the market, build up their credibility, grow slowly, and consistently reinvest their profits. That is how real, sustainable businesses are built, not overnight, but through consistent execution. Ratings. Time to learn, 4 out of 5. Developing deep product expertise and market knowledge is mandatory. Startup cost, 3.5 out of 5. You generally need some upfront capital to acquire your first items. Difficulty to make $1,000 per month, 1 out of 5. Because of the high price points, even a single successful flip can net you a significant profit. Segment 7, online writing. This might honestly be the most underrated skill on this entire list because every single business on earth needs words that sell. Think about it. Everywhere you look online, businesses desperately need ads, emails, sales pages, video scripts, website copy, social media captions, and product descriptions. Behind almost every single successful brand, there is a brilliant writer. One freelance writer started creating simple online content and eventually turned this skill into a high-income career, working alongside major creators and businesses. Here's the crazy part. Top-tier copywriters can easily charge thousands of dollars for a single page of text. Why? Because good writing directly makes businesses money. It's that simple. If your words help a business convert more customers and generate millions in revenue, then your writing becomes incredibly valuable to them. Now, let's be totally honest. Writing is hard work. Not physically, but mentally. Writing requires intense focus, and deep focus is becoming an incredibly rare commodity. Most people can't even sit still for 10 minutes a day without checking their notifications. But great writing requires deep, uninterrupted thinking. That is exactly why talented writers are so highly valued. And remember, learning to write improves everything else in your life. It sharpens your communication, your persuasion, your storytelling, your marketing skills, and your overall confidence. Writing is pure leverage, and the internet has an endless demand for it. Ratings, time to learn, 5 out of 5. Mastering the art of persuasive writing and copywriting takes real time and practice. Startup cost, 1 out of 5. You literally just need a basic device and an internet connection. difficulty to make $1,000 per month. 1 out of 5. Businesses are constantly and actively looking for high-quality content creators. Look, the world has changed. The old model of working a single job for 40 years and retiring with a pension is completely fading away. The internet has unlocked opportunities that previous generations never could have accessed, but none of these opportunities matter if you never take action. That is the ultimate key. Most people spend years watching videos, taking notes, and planning endlessly, but they never actually press start. Meanwhile, the people who are succeeding are the ones who start before they feel ready. They choose to learn while they are in motion. Over time, those small daily actions compound into massive, life-changing results. So here's my best advice for you. Pick one skill from this list. Not 3, not 7. Just one. Go completely all in on it. Stay consistent, get remarkably good at it, and focus on improving every single month. That is exactly how a simple side hustle turns into a real business, and how a business turns into true freedom. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content on money, investing, wealth building, and financial freedom. And drop a comment below. Which of these side hustles are you actually going to start this year? I read the comments and I genuinely want to know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.